Hi guys, Stacey Awino here. Welcome to number one motivational channel. I am sorry I've taken too long to record, but I've been a bit held up. I will try and be a bit more regular, but thanks for watching. Now, in this video, I wanted to share a couple of things that I have learned through my weight loss journey. Some of them I've learned by myself. Some of them I've learned through my doctor or watching other people's journeys, and all these things put together have helped me get to where I am. But I also must admit that as I share my journey with you, sometimes I feel very vulnerable. Reason being, sometimes I feel like maybe I'll never reach my goal weight, or I feel like I may gain back all the weight I lost, which is something I'm really working hard not to happen. But life happens, and if you have a weight problem for so many reasons, that's something to think about, and it's something that's on my mind all the time. However, I'm making progress, and as I'm making progress, I'd like to share the progress with you. So let me just get on to it. So the first thing that I learned through my weight loss journey, and this one I learned from my doctor, was to learn about food. The first thing when you go to her office, and I will link the information details below in the description box, so that in case you want to book an appointment, you can just click on the link and contact them so that you get first-hand information. But one of the first things Dr. Shukin teaches you is to know about food, to know what is in the food that you eat, the contents of the food. Is it a carbohydrate? Is it a starch? Is it a protein? And what does it do to you? To know how many calories are in that food. Because the thing is, most of the time we think we're eating the right foods, but it is not the right food for your goals. For instance, if your goal is losing weight, eating carbohydrates may not be very beneficial to you. Just the same as if you're nutrient deficient in something and you're eating something that's providing you with a different vitamin or something different, it will not add value to you. So you have to eat for your goals. So one of the first things that I learned was the content of food. What is in my food and what is it doing to my body? The second thing that I learned was I have to make a bit of sacrifice. Now, that sacrifice comes in many forms. It could come in the form of maybe finances. You may have to spend a bit more to eat the right foods. Like for me, I eat mainly proteins, animal protein. So I have to spend more on meat as opposed to someone who's eating veggies and grains. That's a bit cheaper. Uh, the other form of sacrifice would be maybe where you spend your time and who you spend it with. Because, for instance, if you spend time with people who, when you spend time with them, maybe you drink alcohol, which may cause you to gain weight, or you eat junk food, you may have to maybe adjust a bit how much time you spend with these people so that you change your eating habits. So that sacrifice has to be there. There's no other way. The other sacrifice maybe you have to portion your food a little bit. This may be maybe some people may struggle with it a bit, but the goal here is not for you to be hungry. You need to be eating the right foods so that at least you don't starve yourself, because if you starve yourself again, you'll probably end up binging. That's something that I do. So you have to find a way of making a bit of sacrifice here and there to reach your goal. The third thing that I learned is you do not have to explain yourself to anyone, and if possible, keep your goals to yourself. This is because sometimes people get into your business not because they want to encourage you, but sometimes they will just make fun at what you're eating, or they may not even have any bad intention. But if you know yourself, if that will just take you off your goal, if you don't want any questions, you don't want to be told, oh, I tried that and it didn't work. And sometimes you just don't get the best advice when you share what your intentions are. So for me, I learned not to share so much what I'm trying to do, and to only, sometimes someone will just be like, what's that? What are you eating? Why are you eating that? Why are your portions like that? Sometimes you don't have to answer all those questions to everybody who asks, because not everyone has the right intentions, and it's just fine. It's just fine. You do not have to explain yourself to everybody. The fourth thing I learned, and this again was from my doctor, she told me, Stacey, you're going to have to cook for yourself. That didn't mean that I used to eat out a lot. It's just when you live alone For instance, one of the things people do is you buy foods that are ready to eat, so they're not fresh, they're not in their most natural form, which means things have been added to them that will probably affect your goal when it comes to weight loss. So for me, that's one of the things she told me. She told me you're going to learn how to, and you're going to have to enjoy it. You're going to have to enjoy cooking for yourself. So I have learned how to do that. I try to enjoy cooking for myself a bit more. Actually, I have taught myself a couple of new recipes, and this has really helped with me maintaining my weight, because also when you eat food cooked by someone else, it may look like it's healthy food, but you don't know what has been added there. For instance, I cook with coconut oil and butter, so if someone else cooks vegetables for me, the vegetables may be healthy, but then if they use this other processed cooking oil, they may not really be of value to me. So if I cook for myself, then I can measure the amount of salt I put in my food. I can measure the amount of oil I put in my food. Then again, I can measure my portions. The fifth thing that I learned is eat what you love. So when you are trying to lose weight, you are probably going to be put on a certain diet. You're probably going to be given a list of foods to eat, or you're going to give yourself that. Now, if say you pick keto as the diet that you're going to use to help you lose weight, or the kind of lifestyle that you want to live, the thing is, when you look at the list of foods that are allowed in keto, not all of them may be foods that you enjoy eating. For instance, I know I do not like avocado so much. Most of the time I buy avocado and it goes bad. So I have learned, in the list of the things that I have been approved to eat or have been encouraged to eat, I pick and choose what I can eat of, and then that's sustainable to me. I'll even look forward to eating it. That way I won't fall off and eat what is not good for me. So if I eat what I love, I'll enjoy my meals. The sixth thing that I learned was know yourself. You need to just sit down and look at, why you've gotten to where you've gotten, where you've gained all the weight, where you eat the way you do. Know yourself. I know that I love food. I know that I have a food addiction. I know that I use food as a form of comfort, or just for anything. I celebrate with food. When I'm angry, I want food. When I'm sad, I want food. So I know that about myself. So I have to learn to change certain things that I eat, or certain ways that the way that I think. Then that way I don't use food as a crutch for everything. And even when I eat, as much as I enjoy food, then I'm eating the right things for my body and for my goals. The seventh thing that I learned was find support. Find a community that understands what you're going through, because most of the time when you share your goals and what you're going through with people who don't understand, they may not give you the right advice, or they may mock you to the point where you actually give up and just quit. So if you find people who are going through the same struggle as you, it makes it a bit easier, and that way you can stick to your goals, and when you feel like you're failing, you can find someone to encourage you. The eighth thing that I learned was be open-minded and try new things. I remember when my doctor told me to eat cheese, I was like, what? No, I don't like cheese. I only like eating pizza. But then I've learned, this Carrefour has a cheese counter, and when you go there, you can taste different types of cheese, and I kind of found the cheese that I like, and it just works very well as a snack for me. I learned how to drink soups. I can now do black coffee, no sugar. I can do black tea, no sugar. I've really experimented. So being open-minded has really helped me with my goals, because sometimes sometimes I'll tell someone this is what I do, and they'll be like, I don't know about that. But you haven't tried it, have you? Yeah, so if you try it, at least it will just kind of help you in your journey a little bit if you're open-minded. The ninth thing that I learned is do your research. Most times people who have seen me lose some weight come to me and ask me, you know, give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What have you done? And you see, what works for me may not work for you. So you have to experiment and do your research. You have to learn different things about what you may need to try. And then in the range of things that you learn, you will find what works for you. So you have to be open to sitting down and seeking out information about the goals that you're trying to achieve. Watch other people's stories on YouTube. Follow people who talk about maybe the OMAD diet, which is 1 meal a day, or intermittent fasting, or keto, or just vegan diets. Whatever will work for you, do research about it. Then that way you'll have more information and it will make it easier for you to achieve your goals. The 10th thing is weight loss is not linear. It's not a straight line. It is tough. It is, there are stalls, and every now and then there's temptation. So you have to learn how to work around it. When I started losing weight after my gastric bypass surgery, I lost weight drastically, and then I went through stalls, and right now I've had a really long stall. And the thing is, you know, if you give up because of these hitches that you come across, then you will never attain your goal. You have to know that it will, you know, kind of go like that, like a graph. And just be appreciative of the different seasons that you're in through your weight loss. So there's more that I would like to share that I've learned, but that will make this video too long. So I wanted to do it in a 2-part series. If there's something that you've learned through your weight loss journey, please share it in the comment section below, and see you in the second part of this series. Bye.